Well, hey there, YouTube. Another video coming straight to you. Again, this is a little different than our typical all-day D videos that we do for you. I promise you there are more vlogs coming in the future, but I promised you an update as soon as we knew stuff about Dad, his health, where he's headed. So if you don't remember, I'll put a link down below and I'll throw a card up here. You can go back and watch the video called I Hate Cancer. Here's what I know. I hate cancer. I hate it. I don't know anybody that's not affected by it. Last Tuesday, Dad was diagnosed with colon cancer. Please go back and watch the video. If you've not done that, you can find out all about the diagnosis. But here is today's information. Brand new information. Yesterday, Dad had his consult with the surgeon, and we have surgery scheduled for next Thursday. So today, I believe is July the 5th. I believe next Thursday is the 12th. Don't quote me on dates, but I'm pretty sure that is correct. And so I'm getting on a plane Monday morning. I am flying to Maryland, gonna hang out with Dad for a few days, help him get some things in order, help them get ready for the surgery. And then from there on Thursday, Dad goes in and they do the surgery. Now, here's a couple things. A couple answers to prayer, but we are still not solidified on those answers. A lot of things still up in the air, but we do have a plan of action. Here's the first thing. First and foremost, I've had you praying about what stage of cancer this is. We didn't really know until this last week. The doctors are fairly certain it is not stage 4. That's what we think at this point. That means that it's not spread to any other organs. They do believe that it is stage 2 or stage 3. Here's what that means. Stage 2 means that it is localized. If they get it all with stage 2, that means no more treatment will be needed past surgery. Now, if it is stage 3, that means that it has gotten to the outside of the area and could potentially spread. That means they will have to get all of it out, the lymph nodes and all of that stuff. And then Dad will have to potentially go through a round of chemotherapy to make sure that it stays contained and it doesn't go anywhere else, and that it's gone. So the first thing we're praying for is that it's stage 2, not stage 3. Second thing is that we thought this was in the small intestine. Now, if you remember correctly, Dad had gangrene 40 years ago. He doesn't have a whole lot of small intestine. We're talking maybe 2 feet worth of small intestine. And the concern was they wouldn't be able to connect the small back to the large, and he may have to have had an alternative for the rest of his life. And so right now, the good news is that it's only in the large intestine, which means once they take it, they got plenty to reconnect. So that is answer to prayer number 2. Number 3, Dad has got all this mesh inside of him from a former surgery a few years back. You heard me tell you that they would need chainsaws and angle grinders and all sorts of stuff to get inside of there. They're literally gonna have to use like chainsaws and angle grinders to get inside there. And so he went back. The doctor that is doing the surgery is actually a doctor that put all of that mesh inside of Dad. And here was his synopsis. Now, not a guarantee by any stretch, but he thinks if he can get his tools inside of that space, that he can do it laparoscopically and he won't have to cut through the mesh. That is a huge deal if he can do that, because that means Dad would go from 7 to 10 days in the hospital to 3 to 4 days in the hospital. And so our prayer now is that he can laparoscopically do this. If not, he has to cut basically from below the belly button almost up to the chest cavity, pull all that mesh out, and then from there, the risk of infection goes incrementally higher. So we're now praying he can do it laparoscopically. So a lot of that is up in the air. A lot of that we don't know any of the answers to yet, but I did want to give you the update that right now today, those are best case scenario diagnoses that we got from the doctor. So I'm going to keep commissioning you, pray that all of this goes the best that it can go. I want to tell you, we've been on an emotional roller coaster, really high highs, really low lows. There's been some nights I've literally cried myself to sleep. And then there's moments that we just laugh uncontrollably out loud. I want to thank all of you for taking the journey with us. And I'm probably going to vlog this whole journey next week while I'm out in Maryland. And so I'll take you with me on the journey to get there, on the journey through the process. I'll introduce you to Mom and to Dad, because I'm not sure you have seen them on any of this stuff, at least in this process. And so we'll be doing that as well. So thank you again. I know this is not your typical all-day D, but we are not in a typical typical all day D environment right now. And so vlogs will be coming back. I have some things cooking up here for 2017 that I want to do with each and every one of you. All of you new subscribers to our channel, thank you. So glad you're here. There's a lot coming on creativity, leadership, life, and what it means to truly be on the D list. If you don't know what that is, go back and watch episode 1 of All Day D. I explain it in that video. So here's to being on the D list. Keep praying for my dad. Keep praying for all those that are struggling through cancer and any other kind of disease right now. And for those that are just struggling through life, I'm praying for you each and every day. We love you. We'll talk to you soon on another episode of All Day D. See ya.